You ready to get settled? Oh, hi. I'm actually trying to film an overhead sketchbook tour right now, but Sprinkle can't seem to get settled. So maybe we'll film the intro. Ah! She just jumped on my back. Sit down, please. Come here. Hi, I'm Jessica. Welcome to my channel, The Sword in the Sewn. On today's video, I'm trying to film a sketchbook tour of my PleinAirpril sketchbook from 2024 because PleinAirpril is in a day, 2 days. She's very distracting. Sprinkle's just not ready to settle yet. She'll usually demand some attention when we first come in here. She also demands to come in here if I'm coming in here. This is her office. I think I'm gonna put at the end of the video some pictures of Sprinkle when I first found her, so you can kind of see why I just let her do whatever she wants. Come on. But yeah, she'll usually end up sitting in her hammock and looking out the window. Usually I can work for, oh my goodness! I can work for maybe 15 minutes and then she'll... Sprinkle! Come here, she doesn't want me to tell her secrets. I can work for about 15 minutes and then she usually has some sort of an outburst where we have to stop and take a break. She's just trying to bite the tripod arm right now. Stop that. Stop that. Okay. Let's try. If this is your first time hearing about PleinAirpril, it's a challenge to paint outside every day in the month of April. I participated in the challenge in 2024. A few days before the challenge began, I went out to the highest observation point in Florida to try out some supplies. This is where my painting was at with just watercolors, and then after this point I added some colored pencil and Neocolor 2s to bring the light back in. And here's another day I went out. I didn't write the date apparently, but this tree you'll see in a second, it actually felt like it was really framing that lake, so I tried to make it look like a frame in the painting. The idea for this one was to record the growth of a vine once a week for the challenge, but I only did it one other week. The tree I saw this day had really striking leaves and flowers, so I did some wet on wet for the background to then try to make the flowers and leaves pop. And I remember getting really lost in the weeds with this one because I had no idea how to show the elevation change around the tree. This was actually the same day on the opposite side of the bridge. I sat down and did another quick little sketch with watercolor. These are from 2 separate days, but on both of these days I was just working quickly in my car. The tree was in the parking lot behind where I worked. After a shift before I drove home, I was really tired and I knew I wasn't going to go out and do another plein air, but I just did something really quick on the way home. This was my favorite of PleinAirpril 2024. I had my family with me that day and I was working a lot quicker than normal. I had a lot of fun this day visiting the Birds of Prey Center where they rehabilitate injured birds. I would die for this burrowing owl named Gopher. I remember not being very happy with this one. My favorite part is actually the little bench in the background. This was another day after work. I remember I didn't have the energy for anything other than doing a quick study of the clouds. I remember being really overwhelmed with the composition of this one because there was just so much going on. And that's the end of this sketchbook tour. If you'd like to stick around, I'm going to be sharing about how I found Sprinkle. Hi! She was cold and wet from some rain, and she was unable to open her eye due to an eye infection, so she definitely needed the vet and a lot of TLC. Something about the combination of me being sick all the time and her health being an absolute train wreck. I feel like we really bonded over this time of her recovery, as well as she was still such a young baby, so I was bottle feeding her and helping her go potty every 3 hours, round the clock. So we had a lot of time for connection. And these old photos make me laugh. And see how tiny she was next to my foot, and then her eyes looking so much better when she heals. Come on! Can you see her? So that's why I'm happy for her to be a menace and to be bossy, because she's healthy. I think she's assertive and she communicates well, but you could also say that she has me trained to let her do whatever she wants. But thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.